Hi buddy, welcome back to Rusty Gear Season 3, Episode 53 with me, Sid, and as promised, I am not doing pottery. We're down here in Southtown, which, let me just make sure my speed is a reasonable speed, which has been growing steadily. Lots of people have been adding their little finishing touches to the place, and the boat was down here. We did a little bit of work over there. Shino's done that. He's chopped a copy of the boat in half, and he's using it as the basis of buildings, which was an interesting one. I still need to do something with this. I basically just want to extend this all down one, so that isn't butting up to that, but it's not urgent, and he's got a place down here, and if you follow Punk at all, as one of the fellow gears, you'll have seen that he has done some work in and around the mine shaft. He's planning to do some work over there, but he's built this rather nice environment, and we've got a lot of ore ready to go up in the lift. We've got a few bits, and yeah, I mean, he's decorating with steel. He's just flexing now. Got a little miner's hut thing down here. Oh, interesting. I was trying to work out what he'd done then, and it's just beams, giving it kind of that randomized look. Now he's done some bits where the edges are done. This is the coal mine, which will probably never, as Punk points out, will probably never get mined, because we're not that desperate for coal. But it's the thing. It tells a story. The other thing I love is this. This is a level of detail that I admire. I really do admire in people. Is this, look, little cave paintings saying danger, drifters, and you immediately look at that and go, oh yeah, that's drifters. What else has he done? Let's have a see what other little skull and crossbones, exclamation marks, another skull and crossbones there, another one over there, look. Trying to work out that. It's a Demon Kitty. I think I'm going with Demon Kitty. Way out. Yeah, just little drawing of a bloke with a spear and a shield. Just so much little tiny details, and they just add so much to the story. Anyway, my story is going to be slightly different down here. There are going to be two builds down here, but the one I'm going on today is one I know, and I am going to need my angel belt for this one, because it's going to be in the sky over around about here. Now I may need to get some tweaks in, but what we're going to need to do is we need to start off with some wood, and we need to come out as far as we need to come out, and then go up as far as we need to go up, and that will give me a platform to build off of. And the first bit of what I'm going to build is going to be the hull of that ship. We're going to change up the wood quite a bit, but we're going to have there's no point being. I'm building an airship. Now we do actually have Vice machines, Vicecraft, which used to be, of course, back in the day, a Minecraft mod, and has ported about there. I think that's high enough. I don't want to go much higher. Hence why I'm using dirt, because I don't really want to have to go around and hoover this up. But yeah, we're going to build an airship. I'm going to start with this hull, and then we are going to modify bits of it and get a lot of stuff. So I think that will be high enough up in the air that it's coming, as if it's coming into land. That's kind of the vibe I'm looking for. So I also do need to make sure we are growing a whole load of a metric crap ton of flax, and I may. Problem is down here is too hot. Let me just up my speed a little bit and go and see what the top of this mountain temperatures are. Although it's not particularly. It's autumn down here, so it's getting colder. So we could potentially. I mean, that would have been better if that was a bigger mountain range. It really would have. I'm not going to lie. Why would I? I mean, it makes no point. There is another mountain over there which we could. So the secret to growing in this climate is mountains, apparently, but we haven't really got any good ones there. What I'll probably do is do something with terra preta off of one of these, and we'll just use the top of this, get ourselves a flax field going. That's also something we need to do, but first thing we need to get is some kapok, and I do need to slow down. We need to replant. This is the ethic of this area. We grab our shears, we go and we. That's a cacacha, but it doesn't matter. We're going to want a cacacha anyway. But first, let's do the. I need sticks as well. That's something I'm a bit shy on at the moment in my own storeroom. So, you know, having all of that stuff will be good. Just hoover it up. So yeah, I'm going to grab myself a whole load of this, and I'm going to grab a whole load of seeds, all being well, and I'll be back in a short while. Okay, we are some time onwards, and oh, hello, let me get back into flight mode, and we have a ship in the air. It's essentially the same as this one in terms of its hull. I have given it a slightly more curved hull here, which that one didn't have. I've changed the access down, so instead of going downstairs there, your access to the lower hull is this way, and instead of having a single stair up the side there, we've now got a double side stair, and we're going to have the ship's wheel is going to be here and not here. We're still going to have a loading dock, and we've still got this little pointy boom thing at the front. Now obviously at the moment it's a ship that's floating in the air, and it doesn't look like it should be, so we need to address that, and for that I am going to need chalk. Now you're wondering why chalk, and the simple reason is chalk is the next nearest thing I have to white wool. We don't have a wall block in Vintage Story like we do in Minecraft, so we don't have that fabric block that we can do. Pardon me. And if you imagine trying to do that with flax, that would be somewhat painful. It would be somewhat painful trying to do it if we could shear the sheep as well, but given the breeding necessities of Vintage Story, so yeah, we've got our work cut out for us. But chalk, well, chalk is pretty good. So I'm going to take 3 of those. I think that should be more than adequate. And while we're here, we're just going to quickly check on how my I also probably want some damp still, all still damp. 49% dried. Yeah, so these I've done a red clear glaze and a purple clear glaze on these. We are going to use these patterns as well on this one, these ones, once they're done, but we can't do that until we've fired that lot, and then you have another firing. Yeah, it's a lengthy process. And my cranberries are getting close, so that's all good. I did want some I think we can go with the always handy basalt rock. Let's go with basalt rock because I've got a good limb mounted. I can basalt is not necessary because we do basalt sand. That may work. Let's see how we go with that. If it doesn't, nothing lost. You know, nothing ventured, nothing gained is the saying, isn't it? So yeah, we need to. Hello. Up. Oh, come on. I know I could fly, but you know, that involves moving my pinky. Right. So, what we are going to do is, first things first, we're going to plonk some chalkage. I'm going to slow down, that's what we're going to do. And we are going to grab, well, actually we're not going to grab anything that's not a chest with anything in it that we need. What we need is over here, and I need me stubby. Oh, I'm going to need new stubby. Damn it. Alright, I'll have to make a new stubby as well, so that's something I'm going to have to go back for, but we're going to grab as much of this as we can off of this little stubby, and then I'll have to go make myself a new one. So yeah, this is going to be a balloon, obviously, a dirigible, and wow, tightwad. It needs to be a reasonable distance away from the base, but not so far that it's you know, the balloon's literally hanging 50 meters beneath it, so about there. And I'm going to 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. We'll have it forward heavy, so we're going to start here. It's an even no. Hang on, I need to just adjust my model so it's an odd number. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. There we go. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. So I need 6. That. Bum. Right, let's try that. So I'm running plots for an ellipse, and it's not playing nicely. So we're going to go from the middle. Boop. And boop, because if I did that, that would have gone. So this is the middle, and we're going to go 1, 2, 1, 2. and then we're going to have, looks to me to be 4 either side, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this is going to come forward and then go forward another 3. And that's going to come forward and go forward 1. And this is where you're going to have your issue, because I'm now out of chalk. But I think that's a good height for the balloon, because you're going to obviously spread out either way. It's going to be bigger than the ship, and we're going to have a lot of mooring ropes and the likes. Let me go and make myself a new chisel. I'll be back in a bit. Well, it's the next day. I ran out of chalk. There was 2 pallets of blocks were not enough to complete the thing. I actually think I should have gone slightly bigger, but I'm not going to. And the other thing I have done with all of this is I have chiseled all of these blocks. So these are not actual stone blocks, they are chisel blocks, so they're not gravity affected when I alter the blocks. But I do need to go and get myself some more blockage, so yeah, I'll go and raid my stores. Alright, and that is the balloon portion on the thing. A little bit blocky, but we could potentially, you can do this for example, that will definitely help if we round off the corners a little bit. I'm not going mad, because you know that would be dangerous, but that will give it a little bit more roundedness. Just taking the corners out, I think. Yeah, definitely. So that's something we will do, and something along those lines up here, like that. That will go around there. Yeah, that works, I think. Now the other thing we have to do, what we don't have to do, is this needs more than just being a big white bag of air. This needs some detail. So we're going to chisel some bands into it that look like metal or iron or something along those lines. And that's going to take a while in itself, I suspect. But yeah, that won't, it's not going to be a big job. But we'll get these chiseled in, and then we're going to put the basalt sand in and make just some detailing on the actual structure of the balloon. I am going to hang a rope ladder down from this side and that side that will allow the crew to climb up onto the balloon, and there'll be a walkway chiseled in around the top here, with maybe a ladder to get onto the top, obviously for repairs. I think that will work, because if I come straight down from here, straight off the edge, I mean, it's going to be definitely a brown pants moment for any poor crewman who has to do it, but you know, that's not my problem. Because I ain't gonna have to do it. So yeah, we'll continue on just chiseling some shape into this, and I'll be back in a little while. Alright, we've made some progress. This is actually going to be a shorter episode than usual, although in terms of time taken to record it, it's a considerably longer episode than usual. Because I'm on my third day of recording on this one, so yeah, all good. But unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on your perspective, in my case, fortunately, because I am going to a AV and teaching conference. For those who don't work, I manage an AV team at a university, and for those who don't know, I should say, and once a year we have a conference of our for the professional body we belong to, and we're going to that. So I'm going to be away for 3-4 days, but the weather is conspiring against me, showing you what we've got so far. So in terms of the ship, it is not, changed a great deal. The ship has developed a little couple of stubby wings, and these are going to be built on later. But what we have got now is we have got this, the balloon. The ship is suspended from the balloon using ropes, aka beams. I did think about chiseling those. I think the beams are the quicker solution. From the ground, that looks pretty good. I am happy with that. Now, at the moment, it doesn't look like an airship. At the moment, it looks like a ship suspended by a balloon, which is probably way too small to suspend it. Now, the idea of these thick ladders here, by the way, you can go out here and you can go up the ladders. Now, I will chisel and refine these things, so I'm going to break these and bend some of these bars and break some of the bars, weather these boards some more. But you can, as a member of the crew, and we also need to just put little nubbins in on these corners, but that's real trivial stuff. A little bit of weathering and breaking around down here. You can get all the way around from one side to the other, and of course, you can scramble onto the actual balloon itself to do patchwork and repair work. You can get around to the front almost, but not all the way, and that has got a nice little spike. The idea is that this is kind of like iron banding holding the balloon in place. There's a bit of a story going on. It's at the moment it is very much broad brush, but my philosophy on don't do that on building. Start with a broad brush, come for the details. So in terms of details, what we're going to have, well, there's engines to put in. There is detailing of how we're going to power those engines. There's locations for where the engines are going to be. I suspect I will probably put them in down here and have the drive coming out the back there, but we also need to get the rudders, all sorts of things. And I want to chisel, because this is going to have a more aggressive profile than the rusty gear. This, I want to chisel some cannon for it to make some really nice detailed cannon and cannonball stacks and the likes. These are all bottom stacks, so that's fine. I am going to hide a night watchman. I haven't had any drifters spawn up here, and I don't think they will, because I think the drifters have I'm not sure whether they have a height limit, but they certainly... We may also be within range of the existing night watchman down there somewhere. I know there are night watchmen about, so we may not need one, but I can hide one in the canopy, in the balloon, no problem. So, in terms of this episode, which I said is probably going to be a shorter than usual episode, I think this will be about it, but obviously I will continue working on this when I get back from my conference. We'll get this thing, we'll give it a name, because it has got a name. I know the name, you don't know the name. Ha ha ha, I know something you don't know. And we'll just see where that goes. But I am happy with that progress. It works. I say, the balloon is way too small to support a ship of that size, but I actually question our ability to build a balloon big enough to carry a ship of that size made out of wood and lumber and all of the other stuff, so I don't think anything that size would fly. But yeah, we'll continue working on it. But until next time, thank you very much for watching, guys. I will see you soon. Bye for now.